Hello and welcome back to another gear preview video looking at complete sets of gear from dungeons or otherwise inside Final Fantasy XIV. Previously I've had a lot of good feedback about people enjoying seeing a lot of different roles of the same gear sets being put in one video, so I'll continue to do this. I've listened to some of the feedback from the previous videos, so to remedy some of the issues I've actually changed my character's hair for these videos in particular to something that's mostly out of the way for the helm slot, as you can see, and additionally I'll also link timestamps below in a pinned comment just a little while after the video itself goes live to make it much easier to jump around to the set you're most interested in. So without further ado, today I'm looking at the Drowned City of Skalla dungeon sets for all roles. These armor pieces are all 315 item level, but we're not interested in that, we're purely here to see what they look like for glamour. This first set then, as you can see, is the Scarlet fending set for tank roles, sporting some fancy steampunk goggles and a large overcoat. These sets all have the steampunk-ish sort of look to them, with white and black used quite frequently. All of the sets are dyeable, and we will of course have the usual dye previews for every set, including Snow White, Soot Black, Dalamud Red, Honey Yellow, Ochu Green, Offard Blue and Regal Purple as usual. I like this set in particular, it holds a lot of good pieces to it. Specifically, you can never go wrong with more steampunk goggles in the game, and what I like about these in particular is that the glass itself gets tinted when you dye them, which is a nice touch. All in all, this set holds a quite nice silhouette and dyes particularly well. The dye options for a lot of the Skalla sets are a bit hit and miss, with sometimes only portions of the fabric dyeing at all, but at least the amount of washed out dye options is minimal this time around. Second up we have the Maiming set. This is your Dragoon specific armor set and is essentially the same as that tanking outfit, aside from the obvious change of natural dye colours that it comes in and maybe some very small leather belt details, with the biggest noticeable change being that you don't have the goggles with this set. Instead, I don't know how easy it will be to see on this, but thankfully we have less character hair, which makes this more possible to show, but you have this sort of metal neck brace as a helm, which is really the only big thing that stands out as different. Regardless, it's a fairly good outfit. The dyeable sections are different slightly too from the tank set, with half of the chest being dyed and this upper breast section being kept white, which might be a consideration before you get this. Third set along then is the striking set. This is for your monks and samurai then, and debuts this hat, which you will see on some other sets in this video, and is a completely different style outfit, with this opening petal-like bottom half of the robe. The white and green and red there is definitely different. It's probably not the most samurai or monk looking set in the game, but there are some parts of the set I like in particular. But overall it was a little disappointing if I'm honest with you. The dye options are equally a disappointment to me personally, with only small details dyeing the colour you choose, with the remainder of the fabric majoritively staying white. It can look good with black or any other deep colours like red, but for the most part I would have preferred to change the colour of the main section of this material. Fourth up we have the aiming set. Bards and machinists get this look. Similar to the striking set, however the robe immediately is different as it has no exposed arms. Overall this has a different colour scheme naturally, and you have this big cylindrical hat on your head. On the back of the robe you have a satchel full of vials and other supplies. It's not a terrible looking set, but the helm immediately puts me off personally. The gloves are nice and the chest looks better with arms I think, but the dyes are even more painful on this set than the striking set unfortunately, with very little visible changes when you actually dye it, which is my biggest issue with using this set for glamour. Fifth on the list is the scouting set. This is for you ninjas out there. This one surprised me to be honest, following the same idea as the other sets, but looking more like something from Final Fantasy X-2 in my opinion, which I immediately had to Google to show that I'm not going completely insane here, with that hidden mouth and hat, long sleeves and exposed shoulders. I actually really like this one for some reason. The dye options are a little better than the previous set, with more fabric actually dyeing, and it looking good in white and black and other striking colours, but overall it's still got this white line of fabric running down the centre that I'm not personally that keen on. Sixth up is the healer set. Similar to the ninja outfit, you have this chest piece, but less of the mouth and neck are hidden with this big utility belt addition across the front, presumably to store all of your medical needs. It's alright, but nothing too special. The hands are quite normal looking, and so are the legs in comparison, losing much of the sort of baggy look that the ninja set had in comparison. The dye options pretty much suck though, with only small patches of fabric, even less than the previous outfit being dyeable. I think that if the chest was more dyeable, I would probably like it more, but as it stands, I'm not really a fan. And finally, the caster set. Immediately you will notice that the previous white block issues we've been having are completely absent from this set alone, with the natural black fabric here, red lining and brass details, immediately looking much better suited, I think. But overall it's going to be a matter of opinion. The set surprisingly reminds me of a Grand Company outfit, or at least a variant of them. If you dye these red, blue or yellow, you definitely look suited to be a ranking member of that corresponding Grand Company. I think it's mostly the hat that really makes that a thing. I like this set. I think the black is much more versatile as a base colour, and I think that the area that's actually dyeable is not only much larger than the other role options, but seems to be better coordinated per piece. It's safe to say, once again, out of all of these sets, this is the one I would prefer, and second would probably be the tanking set, personally. Either way, those are my opinions. What are yours? Which one do you like the most, if any at all? Let me know below, and I will continue to do these gear previews as time allows. Considering the time investment to collect all of the pieces, it can take a while, but if there is anything specifically a gear set that you want to see in an upcoming video, please let me know below and I'll do my best to prioritize that one next. Thank you all kindly for watching, and I'll see you all next time.